Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Thursday. How's everybody's day going? How's everybody's week going? Hopefully, you're all having a great day. Hopefully, you all had a great day. I know today's, we'll talk about it. I know today is 9/11, right? But hopefully, you all had a good day, having a good week. Again, I know today is 9/11. We all know what happened on 9/11, 24 years ago. Right. We all know where we were, what we were doing, what happened on that day. It's crazy, right? Especially for those of us that were that were in New York on that day. I know I was. I was a lot younger, clearly. But I know it's been 24 years, and it was definitely a tragedy what happened. And I know, again, I'm not going to get too much into it, but I know yesterday was, we all know what happened in the state of Utah, right? That was another crazy thing that went down. Kind of crazy that it went down yesterday, right before 9/11. But folks, I know Yankee Stadium right now is full of security. The president of the United States is going to be there at Yankee Stadium, so I know they closed off a lot of streets and closed off a lot of roads. So just be extra cautious, right? Keep each other safe, man. Like don't hopefully everything goes down okay at Yankee Stadium. We don't need stuff like this happening, man. It's we're already living in a crazy world as it is. So I know a lot of you have, I don't want to say a lot of you, but I know sometimes life could be a little hard. And that's why we have live streams like this where everybody could come in and just kind of decompress and not stress, man, and just chill out and enjoy, enjoy the live streams, enjoy baseball. But again, with 9/11, it was, we all know what happened on 9/11. It was a tragic day, a lot of lives lost, and a lot of people that didn't need to lose their lives. And, we still see it today, unfortunately, a lot of innocent lives being lost around the world. And it's a continuous thing. It's just, it happens too often, too much. And, you hope for it to stop one day, right? You hope for it to stop one day. But anyway, folks, again, I know where I was on 9/11, and I'm sure you all know where you were on 9/11. Again, that was a hard day for me personally. Didn't know what to expect. I mean, it was just like, didn't know what life was going to be like after that. I know life's been a lot different since then, but I also try to make the best of what I can with my life. So hopefully you all are doing the same. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out. Just share that with all of you. But again, I hope you're all having a great day. Hopefully you're all having a great week. Hopefully it's been weekend is almost here. Today's Thursday. Can you believe it? Not a whole lot of this year's been flying by. The baseball season's been flying by. I know I keep saying it every single day. The Yankees have their final game of the series against the Detroit Tigers. The Yankees have just they've gotten slaughtered by the Tigers in this series. Pretty embarrassing games, in the last couple of games. The Yankees bullpen has completely imploded. Yankees offense has been invisible. They're nowhere to be found. I mean, I don't want to. I know the bats have lately been in a bit of a slump, right? You go back to the Toronto series. The bats weren't really alive, right? The bats were. I mean, they still won 2 out of 3 against Toronto. So, I mean, we cannot complain about that. That's a big deal. But you go back to the Toronto series and the 2 games against the Detroit Tigers, the Yankees have only put up 11 runs. So the offense has not been there, right? The starting pitching has been fine, right? I know Cam Schlittler had that bad start against Toronto on Friday night, but he is pitching tonight. Let's see how he does against this Detroit Tigers lineup. Of course, nothing to sleep on these guys. I mean, the Tigers are for real, right? The Tigers are for real. So starting pitching for the Yankees has been fine. right? Yeah, a couple of starts here and there. It's where it didn't go as planned, where it was just a bad outing. But also, the bullpen in this series has imploded. Right, there was always a chance for the Yankees. There was some sort of chance for the Yankees to make some sort of comeback, but it doesn't help that the bats imploded, or the bats aren't, doing their jobs, and the bullpen imploding. So they gotta figure this out, man. They gotta win tonight. It's as simple as that. They gotta win tonight. I think the Blue Jays had a game earlier. I want to say that they won. I'm gonna check that real quick. Yeah, they beat the Astros 6-0. I mean, so they ended up sweeping the Astros. So it's a must-win for the Yankees. I mean, every game is a must-win for the Yankees. I know inevitably they may not win every single game, but they have to try and win these games, man. Red Sox are off. Of course, the Yankees are going to visit Boston starting tomorrow on a 3-game set at Fenway. That's going to be another tough series, right? So after Boston, the schedule on paper does become a lot easier. What happens? How do they perform? We'll see. But we have 17 games left. There's 17 games left in the season. How will the Yankees perform in these next 17 games? It's only just a couple of weeks left for baseball. So it's coming down to the wire here. The American League East in particular, it's going to be really interesting, and the AL in general is just going to be interesting because there's a bunch of teams trying to compete for that wild card spot. But we'll see what happens. And the chat's on fire, man. I see the chat's on fire. Let me say what's up to the chat real quick, and do me a favor, folks. Make sure you all hit the like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's continue growing this channel. Let's get those likes up. If we could get to 50 likes on while we're live, that would be amazing. And go vote in the poll. Let me know what you all think. I put the question out there in relation to Anthony Volpe. We'll talk about the Anthony Volpe thing. I don't want to get everybody's thoughts on it. But let me say what's up to the chat. Railbird, first person in the building. What is going on? Pixelmon, what's up? How's it going? Katie, how are you? Brooklyn's in this house. Can't even speak. Brooklyn's in the house. Susan, what's up? Who we got? Petruzzi, what up, man? Joseph is in the building. Oliver Garrett's in the building. Ryan is in the building. Cruz is in the building. Ed is in the building. Dev Finch is in the building. What's up, Ray? What up, Desiree? How's it going? Good to see you, as always. Hopefully everything is well. Health and everything. You're all good. Chua, what is up? Who we got? Yankee Kyle's in the building. Yasin is in the building. Who else we got in the building? Victor's in the building. What's up, man? We got Frederick in the building. What is up? Cecilia, what up, Cecilia? What's going on? How are you? Jonathan, how are you? What's up, Acevedo? What's going on? Yeah, so look, let's talk about Anthony Volpe for a minute, man. I am at a loss here. Like, I'm really confused. So, it was reported that he has a partial labrum tear in his shoulder, right? He has a partial labrum tear in his shoulder. They believe that he was able to play through it, that it wasn't gonna impact him, but it has impacted him. All right, it has impacted him, and I know us as a fan base, we've been a little harsh on him. Aaron Boone thinks that he doesn't need to go on the IL, but I beg to differ. I think having him on the IL, I think it's only gonna do him better. In all honesty, I just don't know why he was playing through it. I think it has impacted his performance. It has, and that's why I put that question out there on the poll, just to ask you all like what you all are thinking. And so far, there's 19 votes, and 68% of you say that if it wasn't for that labrum tear in his shoulder, that partial labrum tear, that he would be a better player. And I think so too. I think that, partial labrum tear has really impacted him. So, I think it's hurt him. It hurts the team, and, I know he received a cortisone shot. There's no plan on putting him on the IL. Apparently, I guess he's going to, he had an MRI earlier in the year, and it didn't really show anything serious, but that he was able to play through it. But I don't know, man. I'm not buying it personally. I think they should have put him on the IL sooner rather than later. I know he's not going to go on the IL. I know he's going to get the MRI again in the off season. I wouldn't be surprised if there was an announcement or some news that comes out saying that he's got to get surgery on his shoulder, because ultimately I think that labrum tear has really impacted him. I know Boone tends to think that it didn't, but then again, he said he doesn't know. But you know what? I'll get just my personal opinion, my 2 cents, and I'm sure a lot of you will agree. I think it has impacted him. It has. It has impacted him. I think it's impacted his performance. Those throws, man. It's just they weren't. It was mind-boggling. Those throws that he was making at first base. So his at bats, you just didn't really understand what was going on. Maybe that's I think a lot of it has to do with that partial tear. Why didn't the Yankees? Why didn't the Yankees put this guy on the IL? Which I think he should have been put on the IL. I'm sorry, but he should have been there. And not putting him out there every single day and him playing every single day, man, it's not gonna make it better. It's just gonna make it worse. It's gonna be lingering. You gotta take care of those injuries, man. It's like, I know myself personally, right? Like, I know if I'm hurt, or if my body's just not feeling it, I don't go and train. It's as simple as that, man. And I know my coaches, like at my gym, if I try to go in and train and they know something's up with me, they're not going to let me train. I mean, they'll leave it up to me, but if they see that it's pretty serious, they will not let me train. They're not going to let anybody train, right? It's like, I had a student, right? Again, I don't want to go off subject too much, but I had a student who, he's a football player in high school. He's a teammate of mine, and he got there was like helmet to helmet, and he had a concussion, so he wanted to hold pads. I told him no. I said, you're not allowed to take any impact. He really wanted to, but I said, absolutely not, man. I said, you suffered a concussion. You cannot take any sort of impact. I was like, dude, I'm just looking out for you. So, in this case, man, you got to look out. You got to look out for Volpe. You got to look out and see, make sure that he's good, because clearly he's not. And it's, again, this labrum tear has really impacted his performance. I truly think that. I really think that, and I'm sure a lot of people. I don't know how a lot of people are feeling now. I know we've been very hard on Anthony Volpe, but I think that this injury has impacted his play, his performance. All right. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's medical staff, if it's their fault. Do we, is the blame on Aaron Boone? I mean, who is it? What is it? I mean, who knows? But, again, most of you think that he would have been a better player if it wasn't for that labrum tear, as I'm looking at the poll. But again, continue voting in that poll if you haven't voted yet. Let me know what you all are thinking. What up, CeeLo? I see CeeLo in the building. What is going on, dude? What up, man? What's going on, CeeLo? But let's look at the game today. All right. Final game of the series before the Yankees fly out to Boston to play against the Red Sox at Fenway. Let's see what happens, though. Let's see what happens tonight. Let me pull up the lineup for both teams. You all let me know what you think about the lineup. So Yankees cannot get swept. That's all I'm going to say. They cannot get swept. A sweep is you can't afford. They can't afford to get swept. Yeah, no, I'm going live tonight, CeeLo. So don't you worry about that, bro. I got you covered. Cecilia says put Volpe on the IL. I agree. Gotta take a sip of this coffee. I don't want it to go cold. But Yankees starting lineup for both teams. We'll start with the Tigers. So Gleyber Torres leading things off, playing second base. You have Carpenter batting second. He'll be DHing. Riley Green will be batting third, playing left field. Spencer Torkelson batting cleanup. He'll be playing first base. Perez will be batting fifth, playing right field. Keith will be at third base tonight, batting sixth. Dylan Dingler batting seventh. He'll be catching. Parker Meadows batting eighth. He'll be in center field. And Javi Baez will be batting ninth. And he'll be playing shortstop. And on the mound, it is Tyler Holton, left-handed pitcher. He's got a 5-4 record, 3.80 ERA. I believe they're using him as the opener. I believe he's a starting. I believe he's a relief pitcher, if I'm not mistaken. But he's got a 5-4 record, 3.80 ERA. So there is that. And Yankees starting lineup looking a little different. I want to get everybody's thoughts on this, but you have Austin Slater leading things off, playing left field. Aaron Judge is batting second. He'll be in right field in tonight's game. Cody Bellinger will be batting third. He'll be playing center field. Giancarlo Stanton will be DHing and batting cleanup. So Jazz Chisholm Jr. playing second base. He'll be batting fifth. Paul Goldschmidt's in the lineup. He'll be batting sixth. Ben Rice is at the dish. So he'll be batting seventh. Jose Caballero will be batting eighth. He'll be playing shortstop. Ryan McMahon is batting ninth. He'll be playing third base. And on the mound for the Yankees, it is Cam Schlittler. He's got a 2-3 record, 3.24 ERA. Listen, Schlittler. Yeah, so let me know what you all think about the lineup. Let me see what you all are saying. What up? Loves Chaos. MIA and Milo. Mia and Milo? What's going on? What's up? Katie says I expect home runs from Slater, Judge, Bellinger. Dang, you're going on a home run tear. I hope that's the case. Yeah, right, Victor. Yeah, Slater pitching yesterday. That was fun. CeeLo saying he played hurt since June every day. Sounds like a cover-up, but I hope he gets well. Yeah, I mean, he's been playing hurt, man, and I feel like it's, I feel like it's impacted his performance. Robert Boom says, great lineup. Katie Herring says, very happy with the lineup. CeeLo says, lineup sounds good. Robert's already saying 12-2, a big win today. Shit. I mean, if the Yankees could put up 12 runs, they've put up 11 runs in the last 5 games, which is not great. Those are not great numbers at all. So the Bats absolutely need to try to do something against Holton tonight. Yeah, I understand, Victor. I mean, I just think they didn't want to burn through that bullpen. They're already down 10 runs anyway, so why go through the bullpen? What's up, D's channel? Yeah. So anyway, that's your lineup, folks. Let me know what you think. Good, bad, ugly. Would you change anything about it? Look, I like the lineup. It's a lot of righty bats. I think the only other person I probably would have put in, I would probably taken out McMahon and put in Rosario, right? Because we know Rosario hits left-handed pitching very well. That's probably about the only change that I would make in the lineup. Or else, other than that, I don't mind this lineup whatsoever. Cecilia says, give it a solid B. Yassine's asking why isn't Rosario in the lineup. That's you gotta talk to Yankee staff about that one, man. I am not in that room, but I think Rosario should be in the lineup though. So But anyway, that's your lineup, folks. That's your lineup. Let's see how the Yankees do tonight. Cam Schlittler is on the mound. I know he did not have a great outing on Friday night against Toronto. The Blue Jays they definitely took advantage of the young pitcher, of the rookie pitcher. But the thing with Schlittler, look, John K says Blue Jays win 6-0, bro. I wouldn't be surprised. I think with Schlittler, I think Schlittler's a good pitcher. I think Schlittler's a good pitcher. He has a lot of potential. I think he could be he'll be a star for this team. Obviously, he needs more experience. He's learning as he's going along. He wasn't expecting to get called up, but I like what I see from him. But I love his fastballs. I mean, he could get up to 100 miles per hour. I mean, the guy throws some heaters, but he needs to get some other pitches behind him. Like, he needs to figure out some other pitches to throw, to learn. I know he's got that curveball, but the curveball is not exactly there. It still needs work, right? It's a work in progress, I feel like, with him. Let me see what other pitchers he throws, but he's got to work on some. He's got to add some other pitches to his repertoire. That's what I think. He's definitely over relying on the fastball, but it's like at some point opposing teams are going to catch up on that. But if he can add utilize his cutter a little bit more, that would be awesome, right? I think if he utilizes his cutter a lot more, that would be amazing. You got to wonder if he can add. I know he doesn't have a slider in his pitching repertoire, but if he was to add a slider in the offseason, work on his slider, I think that would be good for him. And the three pitches that he mostly throws is the fastball, cutter, curveball. But curveball is not. It's not exactly there. He's not able to locate it in the strike zone. And the cutter is a pitch that he throws 20% of the time. But I think if he tries to utilize the cutter a little bit more, if he can work on his sinker and sweeper, man, I think he'd be a much better pitcher than what he is right now. So he needs like some off-speed stuff, right? He needs some off-speed stuff for sure. But he's still young, right? You got to keep that in mind. You got to, again, manage those expectations when it comes to Cam Schlittler. So let's see how he does tonight. But Susan hurt Volpe's shoulder, so you're accusing Susan now? That's funny. Yeah, they got to score early, especially runners in scoring position. I know Toronto won. They swept the Astros, so they won. So this is a must-win for the Yankees. Yeah, exactly. I was discussing some slower speed stuff. He was throwing everything 100 miles per hour in the last start. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if he could work on his off-speed stuff, man, I think he'd be a much better pitcher. But give it time. So let's see what happens. And Victor says, just a quick thought on Volpe. I don't buy it, not to get crazy, but this seems to be a very gray area for Yanks being liable. No. What, you're not buying his injury? Is that what you're saying? You think the injury is a lie? Am I seeing that right there, Victor? Yeah, definitely work on his knuckleball. Oh yeah, they did lose last night. My bad. Yes. The Blue Jays did end up losing last night. My fault. So they still ended up winning 2 out of 3 though. So they still won the series. But I think the Yankees got to win tonight. Should develop a changeup. I mean, changeup, slider. I think one of any of those pitches really, Yasin. So you think the Yankees were? You think the Yankees are lying about an injury here? You think that Volpe's not injured? That it's just Volpe's Volpe? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know why you would lie about a player being hurt. I mean, I understand sometimes Yankee reporting and the injuries and whatnot is confusing at times. I get that, but if a player's hurt, though, I don't think they're gonna lie about that. I mean, I'm not so sure, man. That's tough for me. That's tough for me to swallow, honestly. Let me see if I'm able to pull up Tyler Holton's baseball savant, because he's the pitcher tonight. So 5-4 record, 3.80 ERA, 1.12 WHIP. He's got 55 strikeouts. So yeah, the Tigers are using an opener. I'll pull up his baseball savant here real quick. I think you meant to say Piazza, but yes. And Susan said, whatever it is, injury or not, Volpe's not right. Yeah, I agree. He's not. Injury or no injury, he's not right. Oh, Rizzo's concussions. Yeah, well, I'm not about to go down that rabbit hole, but yes, that was pretty confusing too. I don't know who was to blame there. Could be. Maybe. That's a maybe. But this is Tyler Holton's baseball savant here. I mean, he's got a lot of red. So, I think the Yankees are going to they might have their work cut out for them this tonight. The bats are going to have their work cut out for them. So, doesn't seem like he is much of a fastball pitcher. He only pitches the fastball 12% of the time. But he uses a lot of cutters, sinkers, sweepers, changeups. The top three right there is cutter, sinker, sweeper. So the cutters, he pitches 29% of the time, sinker 22%. So it's the sweepers 18%, changeup is 15%, fastball is 12%, curveball is 4%. So expect a lot of cutters and sinkers. I mean, he's definitely going to throw a lot of cutters and sinkers. That seems to get the Yankees bats tied up quite a bit. He does get a lot of his ground ball rate really good, so he does get a lot of ground balls. He's not really a big strikeout guy based on his baseball savant. But I think the Yankees are going to have their work cut out for them. So. Yeah, we'll see what kind of challenge this brings for the Yankees bats, because we know with some of these unfamiliar pitchers, the Yankees bats just struggle. I don't know what it is, but they just struggle. But again, it seems like this guy has some good stuff. But the Yankees have the right guys in the lineup, I think. But the only other change I would make was adding Ahmed Rosario to the lineup versus instead of starting Ryan McMahon. But that's just me. So let me go ahead and stop sharing that. There we go. Let's get to some of the comments here. Victor, what's up, Billo? What's going on, dude? Says it totally makes me feel like an idiot blasting Volpe, and he's hurt. A lot of us have destroyed this kid. Well, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, if it's the injury that's impacting him, I definitely feel bad. You know what I mean? I think all of us, we were all a lot of us, we were pretty harsh on him. But I think the Yankees needed to do the right thing and just put him on the IL and let him rest his shoulder, man. They're not going to put him on the IL as of right now. So what happens? What happens next? I know he got his cortisone shot. When is he going to play again? We'll just have to wait and see. But I think he needs to, kind of ride the bench, ride the bench for a while. You shouldn't play him. Playing him is not going to really do him any better, especially with the tear in his shoulder. But again, I'm not in the organization. I'm not the Yankees. I'm not one of the decision makers. I'm just giving my 2 cents here, people. I'm just letting you all know what I think. And just giving my take on it. Well, exactly, Susan. He's not helping himself. He's not helping himself. He's not helping the team. John Case says, what time is my stream? For the play-by-play, I'm going live at 7:05. Going live at 7:05, man. What's up, Beagle? What's going on? Billow's saying I got pork loin stuffed with fresh mozzarella cheese and spinach onions and roasted peppers on the smoker. Yeah, Billow's going in with the food tonight. But let's get into let's talk about predictions, people. Let's talk about predictions. How we feeling? Let's talk predictions. How we feeling about Cam Schlittler tonight? Well, they didn't have any other options. I get that, CeeLo. I get that, but again, I know Peraza at the time, right? Peraza wasn't exactly a great option, but you gotta put the guy that's healthy and let him rest up. I know it's not an attractive option, it's not a better option, but here we are. Let's talk Cam Schlittler though, people. Let's see the Cam Schlittler predictions. What do you all got for Cam Schlittler? How does he do? How does he perform? What will he do tonight? Will he have a better performance than he did on Friday night? Let me know what you all are thinking. CeeLo thinks 5 innings. Susan says, I don't even want to guess. Yeah, I hear you. Actually, the starting pitching in this series hasn't been bad. Like, Warren had a good outing. Carlos Rodon had a good outing. I know he gave up those 2 runs, but he still had a pretty solid outing. We need to win tonight for the sake of what day it is. Yeah, absolutely there, Beagle. I'm 100% there. Beagle thinks Cam goes 6. I don't know. So, so as far as this series goes, or tonight goes, and the way it's been, and the lineup for the Tigers. So Joseph, he's going Cam goes 6 innings, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 3 runs. All right. Cecilia says 5 1/3, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 earned run. As I hold my breath, yeah, I heard that. 5 2/3, 4 strikeouts, 3 earned runs. So I'm gonna be a little bit more on the non-optimistic side for Cam Schlittler, just because, again, with the bats, with the Tigers bats, and those guys could hit, man. There's guys in that lineup, they could hit. They're scary. But I'm gonna go, honestly, I'm gonna give him 4 1/3, and I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But I'm going to give him 4 1/3. I think he's going to give up. I think he'll give up 6 hits. 6 hits, 3 runs. I think he'll give up 3 runs. Make that 4 runs. All right, and he'll strike out 3 and walk 3. That's what I think for Schlittler. So I think he'll go 4 1/3, give up 4 runs, strike out 3, walk 3. That's going to be my I'm sorry, Cecilia. That's just how I'm feeling about it. But I hope he proves me wrong. Again, because this Tigers lineup is really good, man. These guys could hit, they could run. They're one of the best teams when it comes to extra bases. So just from what I've seen from when they played the season and what they've done against the Yankees in these last 2 games. Nice, Frederick. Hopefully you have fun. Victor says 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, or about 75 to 81 pitches. Much better time than last. I hope, man. CeeLo, I'm just being realistic. I'm just trying to be realistic. I'm not saying that the Yankees are going to lose, but the way these last 2 games, I don't know, man. I have no idea. But it'd be great for the Yankees to get a win tonight. But again, they've only put up 4 runs in this series. So it's scary. And the Blue Jays put up 23 runs in 2 games against the Yankees. Like, that is insane. That is insane. Like, none of us expected that. But that's my prediction for Cam Schlittler. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. But let's get into the double plays. But the Yankees hit into 3 double plays yesterday. Unfortunately, 2 of those came from Judge. The other one was from Ben Rice. How many double plays are we expecting tonight? Tyler Holton, starting pitcher for the Tigers, gets a lot of ground balls. What are we thinking for double plays? Robert says it don't look good for Game 3, but I'll give him 4 2/3, maybe 5. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, gives up 3 runs. Yankees come back, win this one 6-5. Oh man! All right. Schlitty goes 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts from D's channel. Okay. Respect my authority. Yanks hit into 2. They turned 4. CeeLo says 3. Susan says 3. Cecilia says 2. I'm sticking with 2, man. I'm going to stick with 2 double plays. I think the Yankees are going to hit into 2 double plays. No, it's not. And this guy throws a lot of cutters, too. So, but that's what I got for the Yankees as far as double play goes. I'll say 2 double plays. Yes, indeed. What do we got for home runs? Who's gonna hit a home run tonight? I know we do the home run predictions. I know home runs. Obviously, Wells hit one yesterday, which I thought was pretty cool. It's all good, Billo. Yeah, I caught on to it. D-Shout says 2 double plays and Yankees turn 2. Beagle says 2 double plays. Susan says home run from Judge. Billo says Judge, Stanton, and Rice. I'm going to say, yeah, Judge needs one, man. I'm not doing a Mariners stream there, bro. Yeah, Judge is due for a home run. I'm going to say Judge, Stanton, Wells is not in the lineup there, CeeLo. So no Wells in the lineup. But I'll say Judge, Stanton, and let me look at this lineup again. I'll pull it up on the screen just so y'all can see it. But like number 31, let's go. We need 19 more likes. Can we get 19 more likes? Can we get to 50 on this live stream? Let's pull up the Yankees lineup. So no Trent Grisham in the lineup either. So no Grisham, no Dominguez. So Slater's in left field. But my home run predictions, I'm going Judge, Giancarlo. You know what? I'll go Cody, Bellinger. I'm going to go the 2, 3, 4 batters. My sleepers are going to be Slater and Caballero. Those are going to be my sleepers. Let me zoom in a little bit. So, yeah. So 2, 3, 4 batters. So Judge, Bellinger, Stanton for my home runs. My sleepers are going to be Caballero and Slater. Billo says sleepers Goldie. Okay. Yeah, Grisham's not in the lineup. Billo says sleepers Goldie. Okay. CeeLo's going Rice, Bellinger, Slater. Robert's saying 2 double plays. Robert, and then he's also saying Judge, Belly, Grisham. Just like my last 2 games for sure. Belly, Judge, and Cody. Oh, Belly, Judge, and Stanton. Okay. Got it. CeeLo's sleepers are McMahon and Goldie. Yeah, for sure. D's channel. Sleeper, Slater, and Ryan. Okay. Yeah, I got Slater, and Caballero as my what do you call it? As my sleepers. So cool. So we got that figured out. What do we got next? Oh yeah, score predictions. How do I feel about Slater leading off? I don't have a problem with it. I mean, he's a righty bat, hits lefties well. I mean, there's a reason why the Yankees traded for him. So his OPS against lefties is really well. Leading off, I was a little surprised, but hey, gotta test the waters, I suppose. The Yankees have been pretty consistent with their lineups as of late, so slight little change. We'll see what Slater does. Cecilio's going Slater and Belly for home runs. Okay. All right, here comes the next one, and do I dare ask, what is the score prediction going to be for tonight's game? So 8-3. CeeLo says, based on my prediction, Yankees win 9-8. I got you there, Beagle. D's channel says 5-4, 10-4 Detroit from Beagle, 10-5 from Bill O. Yeah, score prediction, man. I've been way off on the score predictions because but my score prediction for tonight. What do we got for score prediction tonight? We're going. Ray says 6-5 Yanks. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully. I'll say. Where was CeeLo's score prediction? CeeLo said 9-8. You know what? I'm gonna go 8-7. I'm gonna go 8-7 Yankees win. I'm gonna go 8-7. That's gonna be my prediction for tonight's game, and I'm prepared to be wrong, honestly. Yeah, 10-0 Tigers, 12-2, 11-1. Shoot, any of those are possibilities there, Victor. Absolutely. Any other score predictions? It might be 13-12 versus Detroit. I mean, it could be. Nice, Beagle. Let's see how many likes we're at right now. We are at 35 likes. So 15 more to go to hit 50. So if there's 15 people out there that have not hit the like button, please hit that like button. Let's try to break 50 if we can. Yeah, this could be another game where the Yankees, either they get smashed or they make a big comeback. So, or they smash and the bats just wake up and come alive. I don't know though. It's hard to say. David A, what's up, man? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome. How are you, dude? He says 10-0 Tigers the way they were playing. Wouldn't surprise me, man. It would not surprise me, dude. But hopefully you're doing well there, David A. Well, what's going on, dude? Bill O, yeah, the tip. Says he's gonna do a shot with 50 likes. All right, and a what? Yeah, how you been, David A? Everything good? Life is good? Family good? All is well, I hope. Got a bunch stealing Homer. I mean, shoot. They gotta do all the fundamentals: bunt, steal, get hits with runners in scoring positions, not relying on the freaking long ball. Enough. Stop sending the ball to the moon. So it doesn't always result in a home run, unfortunately. David A says he's good. Cool, man. I'm glad you're good, bro. Glad you're good. A painkiller? Oh, boy. Let's not. Billow's getting a little out of hand now. Oh, my God. Yes, indeed. No more home runs with the rest of the year with small ball and men on. I mean, they're still going to go for the home runs, man. If there's a pitch for them to hit out of the ballpark, by all means, get after it. But let's not let that. I don't want them just thinking home run ball, man. It's just not sustainable, you know. You're hungry and you haven't eaten since yesterday. Well, what do you plan on eating? What's everybody going to eat? I know Bill O said what he was going to eat. What's everybody's dinner plans? Or did you all have a late lunch? Like, what's everybody going to eat? Let's try to get those likes up, people. Let's try to get to that 50 likes. Let's try to get to 50 likes. We're 14 away. Leftover pork loin and 3 eggs with cheese. Ooh, I always do 3 eggs with cheese, man. I'll usually do feta. I do love me some feta cheese. Love feta cheese or American cheese, but feta is my jam. I love feta. And David A, my man, with the $1.99 super sticker. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the $1.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for the love, man. Thanks for the love. But yeah, what's everybody eating tonight? Let me know what you all are thinking. And it looks like I got, let's see, how many votes do I have? 39 votes so far. And for the question about Volpe, and 67% of you say that definitely he would have been better. What we got? I made a big meat sauce and I'm gonna have spaghetti with it. Nice. Chicken with broccoli with white rice. I just woke up from a food coma. Are you gonna eat some more? 2-pound block of cheddar cheese and shredded it myself with the nice. I love cheddar, man. I love cheddar cheese. Raw pork chops, Caesar salad, and broccoli. Chili cheese fries. Ooh. Starting tomorrow. Why tomorrow? Takeout? What kind of takeout? Like Chinese? Pasta? Okay, pasta. So got a couple of got a couple of people eating some Italian food. What else is on the menu? You're not feeling well today? Oh, I'm sorry, dude. That sucks. Yeah, that's rough, man. Yeah, I had some eggs earlier with some feta cheese. It was really good. Yeah, buddy. Lou said he just had 7 to 11 wings. I heard that. Wings sounds good, actually. Bullpen is awful. Yeah, David A. The bullpen's been shaky, man. I don't know what's up with the bullpen. Well, have a good time, Frederick. Have fun there, buddy. Got hit on your Harley last night. Wait, what, Billo? 7-Eleven. Oh, wait, what? Oh, 7-Eleven wings. Oh, my fault. I was like so confused. 7-Eleven wings. I've never had wings from 7-Eleven. Were they good? 10-piece California roll sushi with ginger wasabi. Okay. Blazed through 8 bagels this week. Dang, CeeLo, you were wanting those bagels, man. You were ready for those bagels. Judge is playing tonight. Yes, Frederick. Sweet chili, not bad for $5. All right. Ben and Jerry's ice cream for dessert. Nice, man. You can't go wrong with Ben and Jerry's ice cream. I freaking love Ben and Jerry's ice cream. CeeLo says it's an addiction never again. Those bagels, man, those calories do add up. Got what there, Lou? Ben and Jerry's ice cream? He's playing right field there, Frederick. Oh, Ben and Jerry's, yeah. What flavors, dude? What are your go-to flavors? I love cookie dough. I couldn't find it. I thought they had a pistachio ice cream, but apparently not. But I buy it like Haagen-Dazs pistachio ice cream. That's freaking amazing, bro. Yeah, just send it to me on X. Like you could reach out to me on X. Brandon Lee says you got to win this one. Gossman had a complete game shutout today, dude. Good for. I mean, Gossman's been killing it this year for you guys. Yeah, he's been doing really well for the Blue Jays this season. I mean, Yankees have faced him a few times this year and have had no answer against him. We are at 37 likes. We're at 37 likes. I don't know if we'll get to 50, but if we could break 40, that would be amazing. So if there's a few people out there that have not hit 40 or hit that like button, let's hit that like button. Let's try to hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. Billo says some idiot ran my butt off the freeway. I got a broken wrist. And oh, geez, are you serious, Bill? Oh my God. Yeah, that's awesome, Brandon Lee. I mean, you don't see complete games, man. That's a rarity these days. Complete games are so rare. Volpe is out, Lou. Yeah. I don't know if when you came into the chat, but we were talking about it, or at least I was talking about it earlier. People were giving their 2 cents, but so Volpe has a partial tear in his labrum in his shoulder, and it's been lingering. It's been bothering him. So Boone said that he doesn't think there's a need to put him on the IL, and he did get a cortisone shot. And, we were talking about how, that the tear in his shoulder, man, I think that's been impacting his performance. And I mean, I think that's the case. I think it's really been, impacting. Yeah, it's been impacting his performance. Yeah, he's not in the lineup today. I don't know how long he's going to be not in the lineup, but they're not going to put him on the IL. He had an MRI earlier in the season. They didn't think it was anything serious, and then he's probably going to go for an MRI in the off season, once the season's over. But, if you shouldn't, Lou, I don't know, dude. I don't know why they didn't pull him. I wish I knew. I wish I had a clue. I don't know, man. But it's hard to say. Yeah, Harley got your motorcycle got messed up. That sucks, dude. Yeah, it's never fun. But important thing is that you're all right, though, Bill. Man, I know the bike. I know losing the bike, man. It sucks, but as long as you're okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Oh, I'm aware, Brandon. Trust me. Yeah, Sherry. Brandon just shared that with us. Yeah, that was pretty impressive there by Gossman. Pretty freaking impressive. Oh yeah, Susan. Yeah, your wrist, right? I remember you said you hurt your wrist, so it's still healing up, huh? Well, we're at 40 likes. We're at 40 likes. I don't know if we can get 10 more to break 50, but we're at 40 now. I don't know if there's 10 people out there that have not hit the like button. But, yeah, tonight's game though, it's gonna be a tricky one. It's gonna be an interesting one. Based on the last two games, would I be surprised if the Yankees lost by a large margin? No, I wouldn't be surprised. Could they have a big win tonight? Absolutely, they can have a big win. It costs money for you guys, so I get why you wouldn't get it x-rayed. What do you mean, Brandon Lee? I mean, yeah, it's going to cost money, but people go for x-rays. I guess I'm not understanding here. Victor says absolute must win. It is, man. It is. It is a must win. No excuses. They can't get swept. They can't afford to get swept. And win tonight. At least it'll be a bit of a morale booster going into Fenway tomorrow. As I'm looking at the matchups, I know I said earlier that I think Rosario should have been in the lineup, but he only has 2 at-bats against Holton. I mean, it's not a lot, but he's got batting average is 500, but it's 2 at-bats. It's a small sample size. McMahon was probably put in there, obviously for defense, right? Because we know McMahon is a awesome third baseman. Hey, Custodio, my man, what's going on? How are you? I knew they would come out and say he was hurt the whole time. Classic Yankees move. He was fine last year, and he still sucked. Yeah, but not as bad as he was, though, bro. Not as bad as he was. This season was bad. This last year, sure, yeah. I'm not saying he had a great season, but this season's on a different level. He's regressed big time, dude. How many games back for first do we hold? Let's check the standings real quick. Where are we at for standings? I mean, as of right now, the Yankees are 3.5 games behind the Blue Jays, right? The Blue Jays won earlier. And if they lose tonight, then the Red Sox are technically going to be in first place. Right? Yeah, they're technically going to be in first place. So the wild card, Yankees are still at the top, but the Red Sox are right there, right behind them. The Mariners are still holding on to that final wild card spot. But you got the Rangers that are like right on their tail. The Rangers are trying to get that final wild card spot. They're a game and a half behind. Cleveland's 3.5. Kansas City Royals are 4. Tampa Bay just fell down to 6. So, but in 17 games, anything can change. Making halibut with asparagus and basmati rice for dinner. Ooh, nice. GoFundMe? Yo. We facing the Red Sox if we don't win the division. Yeah, you got probably, Lou. You don't like Toronto? What were the Toronto announcers saying about the Yankees? I'm just curious because I know a couple of you mentioned it. What were they saying? Like, what were their words? Yes, indeed. Robert says, big W coming tonight. We're a bad team and we suck. Okay. All right. We're at 44 likes, people. Can we get 6 more likes? Are there 6 people out there that have not hit the like button? They said they were incompetent, a bad team, and badly organized. Well, it seems like they can't get the Yankees out of their mouth. I'm not saying I want Volpe back next year. I'm just saying, it could have impacted his performance, man. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what the Yankees do with him. He's going to enter his, he's about to enter his first year of arbitration. I got you, Joseph. Yeah. They said the Yankees aren't a good team. I mean, if they're not a good team, then why aren't they in 5th place? Why aren't they in 4th place? Well, how come these guys are still competing right now? I mean, the Yankees were 2 weeks ago. The Yankees were 6.5 games out. Now all of a sudden they find themselves 3.5 games out. Potentially they could get back down to 3, or it could be 4. So, I mean, Blue Jays kind of went through a bad stretch, and they just lost 2 out of 3 against the Yankees. So, I mean, help me out here. I know the Yankees there's been a lot of games where they played some bad baseball, no doubt. I don't know what I said, Custodio, but I don't think I want to know what I said, so we'll just leave it alone. Yeah, well, yeah, Bo Bichette, I mean, he's on a 10-day IL. I know he's a free agent. The injury might impact him. But anyway, folks. Yeah, we all do, Cecilia. We all do. But anyway, let me let you all go. That way I can get ready for the play-by-play. Hopefully it's not a long game. Hopefully it's not full of misery. We'll see what happens tonight. It's a must-win for the Yankees. 44 likes. Cool. I don't know if there's, again, 6 more. We just need 6 more to 50. I don't know if there's 6 people that have not hit that like button. But please hit that like button. But hopefully the Yankees do win tonight. They cannot get swept, man. We don't want them to get swept. You're cool, Victor. Awesome. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, Reggie Jackson's number. Good old Reggie Jackson. Folks in the chat, make sure you all hit the like button. Keep the Yankees out their mouth. Just joking. Oh, yeah, whatever. I didn't say something else, Custodio, all right? I'm trying to keep it clean. All right, 45 likes. Okay. Getting out the pom-poms. Were you a cheerleader back in the day, Cecilia? Is that what you're telling us? You were a cheerleader back in the day? Yeah, have a good night, Susan. Publix Buffalo Chicken Wrap. Nice, Robert. Well, yeah, let me go ahead and close this out. Let's get ready for the play-by-play. I'll see you all there, hopefully. After this stream ends, this should directly take you to the play-by-play. So do me a favor. Make sure you all hit the like button when you get in there. Let's get the likes up right away on the play-by-play. Nice, Cecilia. So yeah, let's make that happen. Hopefully the Yankees come away with a win tonight. Hopefully they don't get swept. Hopefully it's not another miserable game where we got to sit through 9 painful innings. So, we'll see what happens though, people. But folks in the chat, make sure you all hit the like button on the way out if you haven't yet. If you're watching this on the rerun, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Right? If you're new and you're watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Share this channel out with everyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. And keep sharing this channel out, folks. I will see you all for the play-by-play. Everybody have a great night. Enjoy your night. And be safe out there. Take care of each other. And I'll see you all for the play-by-play. And we are out. Have a great night, everyone.